Benefits and provision. Obesity. The benefits of exercise for obese people is that it helps them lose weight, reduces the chances of disease, improves self-confidence, and can provide more energy for the person. In order to help them improve on all these things, there are provisions in place in order to help them achieve this. One provision in place is to try and help this specific group achieve this in the gym. The way that the gym can help a person to achieve this is when a person joins the gym, they may have a specific goal in place or goals. At the gym, there are lots of things to guide this specific group, as at the start, when a person joins the gym, there will be induction which will tell the person about the equipment and also measures the person's statistics about their body. Depending on their personal goals, some gyms will provide a specific training plan for the person, whilst other gyms may have a general plan for all people to use. The benefit of using the gym, as well as there is the gym instructors to help you use the equipment if you haven't been to the gym before. Also in gyms there are clubs which will do group training sessions which can also help to build confidence and help them socialize. Another benefit is that it can help them reduce the risk of disease occurring in the future. This is because with the loss of weight there will be less pressure on joints, meaning that the bones are under less stress, which can help with the preventing of diseases such as arthritis and osteoporosis. This can help in the future as they are less likely to develop these diseases. Also by avoiding these, the person is able to train more often, which means that they are able to keep losing weight. This also helps build self-confidence for the person, as if they do not do anything about it, they can tend to be quite shy and prefer not to go out because they're embarrassed of their figure. However, by losing weight, it will help them with gaining confidence, and it gives them the confidence to not be embarrassed. Also with losing weight, another benefit is that it gives them more energy for everyday life and to take part in more training sessions so that they can try and lose more weight. It also gives them the energy to perform everyday tasks such as walking up and down stairs and also just being able to get up from sitting down. There are more provisions to help with their weight, such as there are low fat foods to try and decrease the fat intake, which can help them lose weight also. These low fat foods are generally high in carbs, which can give the performer more energy to train, and therefore they are also losing more weight. The limitations of obesity when wanting to take part in physical exercise are the lack of knowledge, lack of confidence, embarrassment, and being less mobile. For some people, they may have been overweight their whole lives and might not have much or any knowledge of a particular sport. This lack of knowledge might lead them to drift off from doing any exercise, as they might feel embarrassed turning up to a training session and not knowing anything. The lack of confidence links into the lack of knowledge, because if you don't have the knowledge, it might knock down any confidence that you have, which can possibly lead to someone not wanting to take part in any physical activity. Embarrassment is probably one of the main limitations for obesity, as people can be embarrassed of their body. This also wouldn't help when going to a training session, because there will be a high chance of there being quite a few slim people which could excel this feeling of being embarrassed. Being less mobile will always occur when being obese. It can be a big limitation, as it can affect the person's performance and give them a negative psychological factor of feeling like they aren't and will never be good at the sport they're participating in. Younger people. For younger people, the benefits of exercise is that they feel less stressed, they're able to lose weight, improve sporting performance, and also increase muscular strength and endurance. One provision for younger people to help them achieve these goals is YouTube videos. For example, on YouTube there are videos of people doing exercises that you and you can perform at home and do not need equipment for. These videos help with maintaining or trying to lose weight and also develop muscular endurance and strength. However, with other types of provisions, such as the gym, you are more likely to get better results. The way that less stress can help young people is that they feel more relaxed and are able to enjoy life properly without having stress about work they haven't done or something that they have forgotten to do. With exercise, the benefits is that it can help them reduce fat, which means they are less embarrassed about their weight and are able to socialize more freely without worry that people are looking at them because of their weight. So overall helps with their conscientious. The way that YouTube videos are a provision will help is that it can help the person to improve on their sporting techniques. For example, if you play football and want to learn basic techniques such as passing or shooting, there are videos which demonstrate perfect techniques which can help the performer to improve and understand the skill they need to learn. Another benefit of the exercise is that they can increase their muscular endurance and muscular strength. For example, it is easier to build muscular strength within the gym as there are more things available to help. Increasing muscular strength and endurance can help the former to improve overall performance, as they will also help them train for longer periods of time, which can help them lose weight and potentially make more gains. For younger people, the limitations of exercise is their possible lack of confidence, lack of knowledge, reliance on parents, and a high risk of injury. Coming into a new sport they are not familiar with, a young person will have a lack of confidence and knowledge. These limitations can have an effect whether or not they want to participate in this sport. For example, if a 10-year-old had recently joined a rugby club and got asked a question in front of people they didn't know the answer to, they might feel embarrassed and not want to come back. Big limitations that especially the younger people have to deal with is the reliance on parents. This might be for travel, payments, or other factors. If a parent has something on the same time as a match or training, it can mess up whether the young person can make it. The final limitation is a high risk of injury because due to younger person's bodies not having fully developed, there is a high chance of them injuring themselves more easily compared to a young adult where the body has fully developed and has a reduced risk of injury. Older people. For older people, the benefit of exercise is that it can help them to build or try and prevent the loss of strength, reduce risk of disease, maintain independence, and maintain bone density. One provision for older people is that there are facilities in a place such as the UK which try and help older people make the most out of life. Some Age UK centres provide older people with gyms which can let them exercise, which will help them build or prevent the loss of muscular strength, reduce the risk of disease, maintain independence, and maintain bone density. The benefit of an older person building strength is that it can help them to perform everyday tasks such as walking up and down the stairs and getting out of a chair, which older people can struggle with due to lower muscle mass. It can also help as they get older, because if they fall over and they will need muscular strength to get back up. Exercise will also reduce the risk of disease in the future, as exercise can prevent cardiovascular diseases from occurring as they are staying active, which means the heart is still working hard to perform exercise and therefore making sure it is working at optimum. Another benefit of exercise is that it helps the person maintain independence. This is because they do not have to rely on other people to help them with everyday tasks. For example, they do not need to rely on other people picking up for them if they fall, or to pick up to help them out of a chair. This makes them feel that they are independent and don't need to rely on other people. The final benefit of exercise for older people is that they can maintain their bone density. This will be helpful for the person, as it means their bones will remain strong and prevent them from breaking easily as they get older. This also means that it can prevent them from diseases such as osteoporosis, which can become more severe in the future. Bone density is key for older people, as if they have a lower bone density, the bones are more brittle and more likely to break, which may lead on to further injury, and healing process will be much longer for them as well, so they won't be able to exercise for a long period of time, which may mean that all of these aspects will be reversed. For older people, the limitations of exercise are that they are less mobile, less confident in themselves, have less motivation to participate, and require longer time to recover. As you become older, bones become brittle, muscles become weaker, and they become a high risk to arthritis and osteoarthritis. Due to these complications, it limits older people from participating in sport, as they are at a high risk of injury. Sport England said that 36% of people who are 55 plus are inactive in the UK, which shows how many people do not participate in sport. As you get older, their confidence might drop as well. This might be because of their high chance of injury risk or other factors. For example, if an older person suffered from a past injury, it may set them back physically and mentally, as they might think the same thing will happen again. Another limitation to why an older person might not participate in sport is because of their lack of motivation. This will cause them to gain weight, like the previous two limitations, as they will not be active enough. Finally, the last limitation would be their longer time to recover. An older person would take longer to recover from exercise because their body isn't as efficient as a younger person's. This might cause the older person to be in pain for longer times from DOMS or any kind of pain from physical activity. Provisions in West Sussex.